again to do some more cooking. Hopefully you've enjoyed the couple that we've already done, and we're going to keep on doing these because they're great fun. And I'd like to introduce you to Squishy, our cat, who's very curious, especially when it comes to food and being incredibly lazy. Squish, smile at the camera, you're going to have fans.
I can't see her.
Okay, so you may have noticed that through all the videos that we do, I'm a big fan of comfort food, a little bit of comfort eating. When things get a bit stressful, no, down, Squishy everybody. When things are a bit stressful and when it's winter and it's a bit cold and chilly and blowy outside, there's nothing better than getting down with some comfort eating. And in our family, we've got some favourites. G's a big fan of onion soup. She loves a good onion soup. And I'm a big fan of a grilled cheese. Come from a very long line of cheese eating family. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to do a mixture between an onion soup and a grilled cheese. So we're going to make some hot, sticky onion jam to go in the middle of a grilled cheese sandwich, and we're going to try and make that as flavourful as we can. So I'm going to just chop some onions now, ready for our onion jam. And we'll now to do the onion jam we only need half an onion, so it can go in the compost. So we're just going to finely dice this big white onion, and then we're going to add to that some banana shallots. And these, let's try not to cut off his finger at the same time. We're just going to finely slice these into little bits like this. Now this, we're using the shallots and the white onion because we're wanting quite a bit of the natural sugars to come out to create a sticky, dark onion jam. So you can see it's not a lot of onion because we don't necessarily need a lot in the middle of it. It's just to get that kind of oniony soup feel. So grab a knife and our butter. We'll go over to our pan. We're going to add a little bit of olive oil and a little knob of butter, and a tablespoon of butter. Okay, so when that's all ready, we're going to pick up our onions and throw our onions into the pot. Now, what we want to do here is to caramelise the onions. We want to draw out some of that liquid, so we're going to pop in a little bit of salt in there. Right. Oh, so to come away for a bit, those onions are quite strong. We're also going to take a few sprigs of thyme, not much. We just want to throw a little bit of thyme in there just to give it a bit of extra savoury flavour. Throwing in our thyme. They are strong onions. Wow.
I can smell.
And one final, so about 5 or 6 sprigs of onion of thyme go in those onions, and then because we're wanting it to be really sticky and sweet, what we're going to do is use dark brown sugar in there as well. So we're going to use about a tablespoon and throw that into there. Now we have to allow these onions to soften down, caramelise, go really dark and sticky, and that's going to take about 10 minutes or so. So what we'll do with the magic of television, we'll come right back when they're ready. So the onions are browned and we got a nice like sticky syrup around them, and that's like our onion jam. Now those onions, that recipe, it's dead simple, just onions, sugar, salt and pepper, butter, that's it, done time. Now you could use that on top of hot dogs, hamburgers, it's great for barbecues, just a great big bowl of it, just sit by the side, let people just dig in. If you put a little bit of Marsala wine with it and break it down a bit more, that's just absolutely fantastic as well. It just, almost we didn't really want that flavour in a cheese sandwich. So the other thing is that if you basically cooked that down now and you tripled the size of it and then mixed that with about a litre of vegetable stock and let that cook for a couple of hours, you'd have onion soup. You'd have an amazing onion soup. I mean, the kind of onion soup that you'd literally want to dream about most winter. In the meantime now, I'm going to go back to the pan and empty it up and get sorted out on our next few steps. So, as we can see, sticky onions. So we're going to pop them in a bowl. In the same pan, because we're going to have a little bit of onion residue, we're now going to throw a good sized knob of butter in there to just melt down. So we want this on a fairly low heat because we're not wanting to burn that butter. And back over here, I've got a couple of sprigs of rosemary, and what I'm going to do is just take that rosemary off the stalk. I'm going to chop this just roughly into little bits. Sure you can guess what's coming next. This is what we're going to do. We take this chopped rosemary and hopefully Swish will go and catch that ball so we won't be distracted anymore. If any of you wondered what that noise was off camera. So we're going back to the butter. I'm just going to melt that a little more and then throw our rosemary into that butter. Now this is a very low heat, but as you can see, we now flavoured that butter with this wonderful smell of rosemary coming off it. I'm just going to take that off the heat. Right, so bread. You can't have a grilled cheese sandwich without bread. Now it doesn't have to be any special bread. I've just got a normal loaf here, in a well-known supermarket. Now, if you wanted to do this and be a little bit chefy and show it off, we'd cut it this way. But I'm not doing that because I need to get more than one sandwich out of this loaf. So, we're going to cut off the crust because that's no use to us at all on a grilled cheese sandwich. Put that to one side. So, what we're going to do, we're going to cut our bread about ½ an inch thick. Now I know lots of you do not like cutting bread because it's an old-fashioned thing to do ever since we got sliced bread. But I quite like cutting bread, and I think it's a skill in its own right to keep it all the same width, which in some cases I don't have that skill. So, 2 slices of bread, nice and simple. Now we're going to start building our sandwich. So, here we have aoili. Now, if you don't know what aoili is, it's basically garlic mayonnaise. So, they basically mince up the garlic, pop it in a mayonnaise base, and you have mayonnaise, just the same as any other mayonnaise, but it's garlic flavoured, heavily garlic. And what we're doing now is we're going to use this as the start to get our sandwich golden and toasty brown. So we don't need a lot, it's just a little layer. We're not talking chicken mayonnaise or tuna mayonnaise levels. I'm just talking about a coating over the bread. And we're using garlic mayonnaise. We could use normal mayonnaise. If you don't like garlic, you can use normal mayonnaise, that's not a problem. We're using garlic mayonnaise because we like to get more flavour into our snacks as we can. So, back over to the pan. We now get our butter a little bit warmer with our rosemary. What we're going to do is come back, grab our bread, and we're going to pray that the pan's big enough to hold both slices in, or this could get a bit complicated. Just. Right, so now we get to the cheese. In a grilled cheese sandwich, you've got to have cheese. Now, use whichever cheese you quite like. Let me just turn the heat up on that. You can use whichever cheese you like, as long as it melts. There's no point putting something there that doesn't melt. So, you know, an Edam, something like that, it's not the best choice. Now, I like to use 2 different cheeses. One, I like the stringiness of mozzarella, but I like a flavour of an extra mature cheddar, and they both melt pretty well. So I'm going to use some mozzarella, and some extra mature cheddar, which is crumbling all over the place on me. Okay, let's be careful. Right, so going back over to the pan, put the cheese on. So we put our extra mature cheddar on the top bit of one, and the other piece of extra mature cheddar on the bottom of the other one. Then we do the mozzarella against it. So now we have the 2 sides of our sandwich being built. And we just want that to get nice and crispy. Now, at the moment, this is vegetarian. There's no meat in this. It's not vegan, obviously, but it is vegetarian. Now, if you wanted to make this a bit more meaty, what we could have done is put some bits of prosciutto in there, some slices of Parma ham, or grilled up some bacon, nice and crispy, and put that into the middle of it. What you can also do is, you could get some of this, and this is sobrasta. It's a spreadable chorizo. Now, what you do is, before you put the cheese down, you could spread a level of this, and then you get a really spicy, meaty flavour into that sandwich as well. This is available pretty much anywhere now. This came from Morrison's, not a bad price, but it's really worth getting, and it's fantastic on toast. So, let's go and have a look at our cheese and see how we're doing. Okay. I'm starting to melt a bit. You can smell that rosemary coming off there. And we just need to give that a couple more minutes, just until that cheese starts really melting. What I'm going to do is just give that a lift and see where we're going with the crispiness of that. Yeah, it's nice and crispy. Okay, right about now, as our cheese is starting to melt, I'm going to take some of my onion mix. I'm going to put that right in the middle, spread that out. So now we've got kind of cheese and onion sandwich. So, as you can tell, there's enough ingredients to make several of these. And more than likely, when you start making these for the family, you might have to make quite a few. They're quite addictive. Grilled cheese is probably one of the most addictive things I can think of, and I absolutely love it. So yeah, make sure you have enough ingredients to make a good 3 or 4 of these. Okay, we're just going to move these about in the pan, try and get a bit more crisp onto that bread. Right, so now what we're going to do, we're going to try and flip this piece of cheese bread onto the top of that piece and put it in the middle. As you see, we've got lovely toasted rosemary on there, some butter, some crisp on that, and we're just going to press that down because we're wanting to compress those cheeses together. Now, this is the time wasting part of it. This is when everything's all got to be perfect in some respects, because you're going to be turning this sandwich over and you're going to be keeping it from burning while still trying to get it crispy and lovely and melted. There we go. Just caught that in time. You see, we've got too much rosemary on there, just take a bit of the rosemary off because we don't want too much of that medicinal flavour of the rosemary in there. Keep on turning it over, make sure we don't burn it. Turn it around, so see, cheese is melting out the side there. Oh, I think we're about there. And we'll flip this over and bring it onto the cutting board. There we go. Presentation plate. Yep, I'll go for that direction. Oh. Didn't get the cheesy pull that I was expecting, but oh, that's hot. But watch yourself, these are hot. So, how does that look? Perfect, yeah? Okay, so let's see what it tastes like. It's hot, it's hot. Cheesy, onion, crisp, with a fantastic little hint of rosemary going through that. Try this out, it's fantastic, especially on a lovely Sunday afternoon when it's cold and wet outside. So if you like this, please subscribe, hit the notification bell, give us some comments below about what you liked about it and if you tried it, and give us some suggestions about what you'd like to see us do in the future. Catch you on the next one.